I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, not bad. How's fall camp going for you?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Sharpening the tools.
Yeah. You guys scrimmage today. What that look like?
I think it's pretty solid scrimmage. It was a lot of energy, a lot of people banging. Definitely what our team needed.
What have you learned about this team so far? What stands out about UTSA overall?
We all kind of just play for each other. We play real hard. Everybody, we just, it's such a good culture here that we just, we bond over, some of the sucky stuff like practice. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a lot of love in this facility, a lot of love in this locker room, and we are just proud to wear the Roadrunner on our chest.
How have you felt individually going through your first preseason camp here?
I'm just always trying to sharpen my tools, always trying to dig into my bag and trying to, make what I have better, always trying to improve every single day. So I just come out here with a, get better mentality.
It seems like you've kind of stepped into a leadership role with the offensive line. Is that surprising since you're kind of a new guy?
I've been playing the game for a little while, so it just kind of comes naturally with being so old and having so much experience. I just always just want to set a good example for my teammates and kind of inspire my teammates to push themselves every day. So I guess it just comes naturally.
The center usually ends up making kind of a lot of the calls on the line. How have your teammates responded to having kind of a fresh face in that role that does a lot of the communication and things like that?
Lucky for me, I got here in the spring, so we had that time to get really situated with each other, and through the summer workouts, I think we grown together so much as an O-line. We always doing everything together. We eat together, lift together, work together, and that's really what comes into being in a new area, being in new places, and just getting acclimated with your surroundings and getting, knowing about your teammates. And I think when I first got here, I think I did a pretty good job of just, getting to know everybody, getting to know every one of my teammates personally and knowing their strengths and their weaknesses and using that to their advantage and making their strengths stronger and making their weaknesses, also making them stronger.
Did you expect coming in here that you'd be in a position to potentially start right away?
Every year my mind says to play. I just want to, showcase my abilities and showcase, what got me to this point.
Was there something you had to do or show that kind of put yourself in that position? Or how do you earn that?
You just keep your head down every day and work. I kind of lost myself in the process, but, I'm glad I had Coach Traylor and, both Coach Traylor, Big Traylor and Little Traylor, to kind of steer me back in the right direction and get me focused back into just being about the team, not being about myself.
What do you mean by that? You got lost in the process?
When you come into a new situation, you kind of expect everything to be handed to you, but that's not how life works. You got to work for what you have, and I got so obsessed with just trying to get that starting spot, and I didn't realize I was kind of like a cancer to the team, but. I have such good role models just to pull me back in and to keep me accountable to myself and also to my teammates to just keep focusing on the bigger goal, the bigger task.
Was there a turning point or something that made that click for you or have that realization that you wanted to do things a little differently?
Really just pouring more into my teammates and less into myself. I just try to be a good team player and try to elevate the team more than I elevate myself.
What led you here to UTSA?
It was just, they needed a lineman, and I felt like I always had a mentality whenever I got recruited just to go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. And I feel like they had a need for me. They wanted me here. I wanted to be here. It's a great city, great place to be at, great fans, great food, great everything. And I just everything was right. It clicked. I knew I had to be here.
What's that process like for you? You go from there to here, and then is it like recruiting all over again, or what's the transfer portal life like?
For those of you who don't know, the transfer portal, you go into it, you trying to find a new, kind of a better situation, and it's kind of random. You never know what you're gonna get when you get into the transfer portal. Luckily for me, I was a starter at Abilene Christian. I was a starter at New Mexico. I already had film under my belt. I was looking for a better situation and, kind of showcase what I could do. And luckily for me, Coach Traylor, he believed in my abilities. He believed that I could help the team. And, everything just fit in. It was just, all the pieces played together. So, it's all coming together.
Is it tough to step away from the starting role that you had at New Mexico?
No, you kind of have to you have to keep the same mentality, just always motivate your teammates, motivate yourself, and keep your head down and work every day. Things just kind of work out for itself. You know what I'm saying?
Why was it the right time for you to try something else?
My coach had got fired at New Mexico, so instead of waiting for that new coach to come in and build that relationship, I figured I'd go find my own relationships.
For you to go from JUCO to Abilene Christian to New Mexico and now here, does it get easier coming into a new place? Like, how's that process different each time?
To be honest, it's really harder.
Huh.
Every time you step into a new place, you have to really prove yourself and prove your worth. Prove that you mean something to the team. And I always kept that same mentality just to keep my head down and work. And people just start believing in what you can do when you just work every day. Try to get better for yourself, and that ends up making your teammates better, ends up making your coaches better. It makes just everybody better.
You had two other guys from New Mexico who came here with Zach Morris and Jamarius. I guess they came in after you, right?
No, we came at the same time, actually.
Oh, okay. How did those processes kind of connect? Did you guys help each other through that decision at all?
It was actually kind of funny. I committed here, not knowing that they would come here with me. So I kind of showed up on day one like, hey, what y'all doing here? Like, and it's just a blessing that, they believed in me. They believed in the team so much that they just came and they wanted to be a part of something great, just like I did. So, it's a great. Those two dudes are a great addition to the team. They're a great addition to the locker room, and I love that they came here with me.
Do you guys still have a connection now? Do you guys hang out? Or?
Yeah, those are my brothers. Those are like my little brothers. Like, I love them like my own siblings. Every day, I just want to see them do great.
Does that make it a little bit easier coming to a new place, having some familiar faces around?
Yeah, it does. We kind of learned everybody together, and that makes the whole process so much easier. And when times got hard, it was always we would just push each other. You know what I'm saying? I would push them, they would push me, and it really just having that support system, that brotherhood just makes football so much easier.
What are your goals for this season? What do you want to accomplish here?
Number one goal, conference championship. Second goal, for myself, we go Senior Bowl. Third goal, just to make this place better than when I came in.
Do you have aspirations for pro football after this year? Or how do you look at that?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to go as high as I can. This is my last season of football, and growing up, I said I was going to ride this wave until I couldn't no more, until my body wouldn't let me play football anymore. And, I'm just blessed to be in such a good place to elevate myself.
Your story here, that's not like your prototypical way to the next level. What does it mean to be here now? You have some lofty expectations for yourself and the team, and just to have the opportunity to have a shot at the next level. It's been a hard road to get here for you, right?
Yeah. I was blessed to have such a mentality that I did. I didn't get too wrapped up in the future and wondering where I was going to be or wondering where this road was going to take me. I just, I kind of be where my feet is and focus on one day at a time in hopes that, the future will kind of just play out itself. If I just work hard every day in the classroom, work hard in the field, in the weight room, things will kind of take care of itself. So I just focused on the main thing and didn't really let the outside distractions deter me from getting to my goals. And it brought me here. It's working so far. So my mom always said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm just going to keep on that same type of regimen until I make it to where I want to be.
How are you physically at this stage of your career? I know football can take a toll.
Luckily for me, I started out football kind of late. I didn't play varsity football till my senior year of high school, so I feel like just that in itself kind of kept my body a little bit fresher than a lot of other dudes who've been playing for a really long time. I haven't had that many injuries. You know, I still feel like my ceiling is so high. Like I got so much left in the tank to give. So I just, you know, every play I just try to play like it's my last. And you know, sometimes it hurts in the effort, but you know, I just try to keep that same mentality. Just play every play like it's your last, because you never know when it is.
Why'd you get a late start?
You know, I used to play basketball growing up. I used to be a basketball player. All the way up until high school. When I didn't make the freshman team, I just said, you know, let me just try out football. And, you know, it worked out.
So I guess it was kind of a learning process getting into that sport later to be able to make varsity finally as a senior.
You know, I went to JUCO in Lackawanna, and they, you know, that grind was tough, but they really taught me, like, the basics of O-line. And I feel like that's where I found my love for offensive line football, where blocking people was like every time I got to the next level, I learned something new about football. And like I'm at that point in my career now where it's like, you know, football it's like walking for me. It's like breathing. It's like I don't even have to think about playing football anymore. And that's what I love about the sport. Ooh, excuse me.
What kind of hooper? What's your game? 3-point shooter?
Nah. I was pretty fat growing up, so you know I was never the most athletic. I compare my game to Draymond Green. You know,
okay, yeah.
Run down the court, kind of run into somebody, tackle somebody by accident, foul people. You know, just try to contribute any way I could.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you hanging around.
Yeah, thank you for coming by.